Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to talk about the Redmi Note 10s. So after having launched the Redmi 10, the Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, now we have another device under the Note 10 series, the Redmi Note 10s. So there are some upgrades over the Redmi Note 10. So this device probably will be priced between the Redmi Note 10 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now what are the features it offers and what are the highlights of the Redmi Note 10s? Let's find out in this video. So we are not going to do the regular unboxing. So here we have the quick hardware aspects. So 64 megapixel AI quad camera. So this is a 64 megapixel shooter, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro. We have a full HD AMOLED dot display. And this is the standard refresh rate, the 60 Hz refresh rate. Corning Gorilla Glass is supported. MediaTek Helio G95 octa-core processor, 13 megapixel AI selfie camera, dual speakers is included, LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.2 support, and touch sampling rate is 180 Hz, 5000 mAh battery and 33 watt charging. And we have the Deep Sea Blue variant, 6 GB RAM and 128 GB storage. You also get an 8 GB RAM variant. So this has a 33 watt charger in the box itself. So that's the quick hardware, and inside the box you get the charger, 33 watt charger, USB type C cable, a case and SIM ejector pin, and the manual and warranty information. So next let's talk about the device. So here is the Redmi Note 10s. Now if you look at the device, it's pretty compact device. It's quite similar to the Redmi Note 10 series. Now on the back you have the traditional design, what you see on the Redmi Note 10 and the Note 10 Pro and the Pro Max. We have the camera layout. It's a 64 megapixel quad camera setup, and the back panel finishing looks pretty good. We have a matte finish, and this is a polycarbonate material, but it feels quite good actually. The material quality looks really good. We have the Redmi branding. The camera layout looks pretty well arranged. On the side we have the power button, which is an integrated fingerprint scanner. Then we have the volume rocker keys, and here we have a SIM tray. It's a dedicated SD card slot is included. The bottom panel houses the 3.5mm audio jack, the USB type C port and the speaker unit. Again on the top also you get a speaker and IR blaster is included. The front panel has an AMOLED display. We have a dot camera here, then this is a 13 megapixel selfie camera. So that's the design aspect. So overall it feels quite good, lightweight and pretty well designed device, and it's compact to use as well. Now talking about the display, it's an AMOLED display, so you can see that the colors are really vibrant, the viewing angles are really good, and the touch response also feels quite smooth. It's a standard 60 Hz refresh rate. So that's the display aspect. You also get a Corning Gorilla Glass. Now if you go to the display options, you can see here dark mode is there. Then color scheme, you can go with the auto mode, saturated or standard colors. You can also set the color temperature. So those features are included here because it's an AMOLED display. So those are the options available in the display options. So next let's talk about the software. So this is one of the important aspects, because when Redmi Note 10 series was announced, Xiaomi mentioned about the MIUI 12.5. Now finally we get the MIUI 12.5 on this device. So you can see here MIUI 12.5.2 global. So there are some changes here, and this is on top of Android. Now all specs you can see here, the Helio G95 octa-core processor, 6 GB RAM, and MIUI stable version is 12.5.2. Now Android security patch is from April 2021. Now you can see that the MIUI 12.5 does not add any major changes as such, but it's a lot optimized, and you can see this is the UI. And if you look at the app drawer, a lot of bloatwares have been removed, although there are few apps like Netflix, Prime Video, Amazon, Facebook. So these are uninstallable apps. Then few other apps like Google Pay, LinkedIn are included, but you can actually uninstall. But Xiaomi has removed all the unwanted games and stuff, so they have cleaned up the UI. Very basic apps are only included, which most of them can be uninstalled. You can see a Prime Video, Facebook, and all those uninstall apps can be uninstalled, so that's pretty good. You can see that additional apps can be uninstalled here. So those are the options. So you can see that this is the MIUI, and MIUI 12.5 has this improvement in terms of bloatware, so reduced the bloatware. So that's something which is pretty good, what Xiaomi has done. So Xiaomi seems to be improving on those things as well. So that's the software aspect. Now let's talk about the camera. So we have a 64 megapixel camera, we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 depth and 2 macro, and a 13 megapixel selfie camera. So video recording, you can before going to video recording, we have the macro mode, pro color mode, then we have night mode, 64 megapixel mode, short video, time lapse, AI watermark, slow motion, etc. In video recording we get 4K 30 fps, 1080p 60 and 1080p 30 fps. Now as of now we can't show camera samples, so there is an embargo on the camera sample, so we'll show that on the 17th of May when the embargo completely lifts. So as of now we cannot show camera samples, but we'll talk about the camera in detail on May 17th. Now talking about the battery, so this device comes with a 5000 mAh capacity battery with 33 watt charging, and this should be able to charge up in an hour's time. We'll test the charging speed. Ideally it should charge in around 1 hour time, but this has a MediaTek Helio G95 chip, so we have to actually test. We'll again test it on May 17th. We'll come up with that video as well. Now battery life should be again good, 5000 mAh and an AMOLED display, and pretty good battery life can be expected from this device. So that was the first impressions of the Redmi Note 10s. So overall it looks like a pretty good device. There is no 5G as such. There is a 4G device again. MediaTek Helio G95 is a pretty powerful chip actually, so we can expect some pretty good performance. So let's actually see if there is any heating issues in our gaming test, so that will come later. So as of now we feel this device looks pretty good in terms of what is being offered. Now the pricing is something which we have to wait. Probably expect it around like 13,999 or 14,999, because the Redmi Note 10 Pro is priced slightly higher, so it should be between the Redmi Note 10 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So that's the Redmi Note 10s. So that was a hands-on with the Redmi Note 10s. The first impressions, this definitely looks like a pretty good offering in the sub 15k price segment. So we'll have to test more to see how it performs. So that's it for this video. This is Numal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.